if you have somebody working for you in social media, try your best not to put every single thing on one person or just
Mm,
lower your expectations. And if you have the ability to hire a team, even if it's two people, even two people can make a difference.
yeah.
Obviously, in an ideal world, it would be great to have, a 5, 10 person social media marketing team or more, but that's not realistic for everybody. So, yeah, I think just not hiring properly is a huge mistake.
Mm,
And then also just trying to stretch yourself way too thin
yes.
on all the platforms.
I love that. Well, I got another question kind of as an offshoot to that for like my
Yeah.
personal experience. And I don't know if this is crazy or not, but like what I do, because again, I'm kind of a solopreneur right now. I don't have like, I'm not Gary Vee. I don't have like 100 people sitting behind me, all focused on social media stuff. So what I have done is like, I try my best to be consistent with content and putting stuff out there. I'm probably too, across platforms as much as I should be. But what I try to do is like, I try to make sure I'm keeping an eye on some of the numbers, like views and, likes and those kind of things, and see what is doing well. And if I get kind of an uptick and, oh, this video got way more views than I typically get, then, oh, I try to double down on whatever it is I feel like resonated. Is that a good strategy
Yes.
for kind of the folks like myself? They're doing it alone.
Yes, that's like what is, I mean, a number one social strategy,
Mm,
regardless of how big your team is. If something is working, repeat it. You
yeah.
don't, why would you reinvent the wheel? And I mean, that's how people on these platforms go viral because they figured out what their secret sauce is. They figured out the type of formula or content
Mm,
that people like and they just keep doing it.
yep.
That's like, that's a whole other conversation that I like love getting into with people. It's just like, if you look at any of your favorite creators that are like really successful, there's probably a video that they have done or a form of content they've done that you've liked and you have specifically gone back for that same concept over and over and over again. So yeah, if you're seeing something that's working for you, keep doing it.
Yeah. And well, I feel like that's especially for the folks like myself, like I said, they don't have 100 people sitting behind them to
Yeah.
do all the social media stuff. But that's something that you can, even if you're posting, like you said, 2 or 3 times a week, it's a very manageable strategy, I think. Assuming you're being
Yes.
intentional with your time and not letting your calendar run away with you, I think it makes a lot of sense.
Even the
Okay.
engagement piece goes into that
Yeah.
too, because then you're
Hmm.
still getting people to come to your account and engage with you that can turn into leads, even if you're not able to post, like you said, a million things a day because you don't have enough time to do that. So,
Yeah. Because I read Gary Vee came out with, I don't know if you saw it. You know who Gary Vee is?
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Did you see that he came out with a social media book like a while back? Like not
I,
pretty
no,
recently.
I didn't see it, but that's really cool that he did. Yeah.
He did, and like I've read it, and I mean it's got a lot of great information in there. But for again somebody like me, it's almost overwhelming because you have to have like all these people do all this stuff for you all the time, and you just don't have the resources or the time to do all of that.
No. Yeah, you have to be very realistic about what you're able to do. And I think
Hmm.
a lot of people even are afraid. I've been there too, where I'm afraid to tell myself, like, I can't post 7 days a week on every platform. Like, I need
Hmm.
to be able to do that. And it's like, you're still human with other responsibilities in life. And we get tired, we get drained, we get burnout, we have other things going on.
Yeah,
Like, there's more, it's worse to try to do that and fail and then get burnt out and not want to do it for 2 months than
yeah,
say, hey, I can post twice a week and this is working really great for me and I'm being able to be consistent. And now that it's growing, oh, maybe I have more money to be able to invest in hiring somebody, even part time, to
yeah,
help me with social. But you're not going to get there if you're just burning yourself out. And
absolutely.
that's just,
Well, I was just gonna say, I think it kind of comes down to when we're talking about entrepreneurship and business, particularly in regards to some of the social media stuff. I feel like it comes down to understanding the difference between working in your business and working on your business, right? And you have to, I mean, as entrepreneurs and business people, we have to be able to make that differentiation where, I mean, social media can kind of fall into both buckets depending on what you're doing and why you're doing it. But you have to be able to differentiate between that in order to really, again, drive towards your ultimate goals.
right. Totally agree.
Yeah. Okay, so back to the social media stuff though. So if somebody was again just kind of starting out and trying to build their social media presence, what would be the first thing you would suggest? What piece of advice would you give them?
Yeah, so I would say try to post as much as you can, but not like, I don't mean turning out 5 pieces of content a day,
Mm,
posting different formats as well.
yeah.
Because let's be honest, posting, whether you're on camera or posting a graphic, it's very uncomfortable. It's very awkward. You feel a little weird when you're just like promoting yourself or your business or putting yourself out there for the first time. It's a very vulnerable thing to do.
Yeah.
So I think when you just try to show up and post different ways, that is for everybody how you find like what you're comfortable with. And not only that, but again, like you said, you see your top performing content, you can repeat it. But if you've never done it before, like there's such a learning curve with like filming, and you may think like,
Yeah.
oh, if I have this
Yeah.
window and
Editing.
prop
Oh
my
my
phone
gosh.
up, I'm going to be great. And then you get in front of the camera and you're like, I don't know how to speak. I
Yeah.
can't do that. And
Yep.
so if you try to do a lot of different things, then you really find what you're comfortable with. And when you find what you're comfortable with and what you enjoy, then you get to stay consistent, because you're not like, oh, this feels overwhelming because I hate doing these types of videos and stuff. And it's like, well, if you just try to do a bunch of different things, then you're going to find what works for you. And then that's going to help all of the rest of the pieces go forward. That, and if you're looking to grow like a personal brand or something on social media, highly recommend following Tess Barclay. She
Okay.
is an amazing advice. She provides really great value for creators.
Mm-hmm.
And I really like her approach on how you build your own
Mm-hmm.
brand, your own story, building a brand. So if you're listening to this and you need somebody else, like some value, some perspective, I highly recommend doing that. I put her videos on there like 30 minutes on YouTube, and then she does short form on TikTok and Instagram. And I literally put her stuff on while I like am working. And it's, you can get so much value out of like one
I
video.
love that.
So
What a
yeah.
great tip. I'll make sure to leave that in the show notes for anybody that
Yes,
is interested
definitely.
in seeing what's going on there. Okay, but as we're wrapping up the show, Alex, this has been fantastic, but I want to know what's 25 looking like for you? What's kind of the big goals we got on the horizon?
Yeah. So I'm really working towards growing my own business
Mm,
right now. I've been doing freelancing since 2021, and
yeah.
I've been trying to find like what my sweet spot is, what I really like to do and what services I like to offer, because I mean, we've talked before, I've tried a lot of different things with social
Yeah.
media, with content, with UGC, brand deals, all the things. So right now I'm really focusing on two main service offerings, which is
Mm,
social media management and event and wedding content creation.
okay.
And those two things have been kicking off really strong for 2025. They're still
Mm,
growing, and it's been really, really great. So I'm really hoping to grow that to a point in the future, near future, hopefully, that
yeah.
I can be doing that full time. And I've been really wanting to work for myself for a long time, but I just didn't feel ready for it. And I think now, with all the years of freelancing plus a 9 to 5 agency job, several agency jobs actually, and corporate jobs,
Mhm.
so much networking, that I finally feel like I'm in a position to be able to do that. So that's hopefully what's on the horizon for this year.
I love it. Well, that's so exciting. I mean, going full time, I mean, it's kind of scary, it's kind of intimidating, but I mean, for me, it's like crazy exciting too. Is that how you're feeling?
Yes, I'm feeling very excited. I obviously, like you said, there's some nerves that go with that, because
Yep.
it's like, oh gosh, like this is, I feel like we're taught so much to stay in the cushy, safe
The W-2s.
nine to
Yep.
five area. But, if I'm being honest with myself and what I want and what want my life to look like, it would be with working for myself. And that's what I've been working so hard for so many years. So I'm really excited to do it. And I have the vision of what my life and schedule and work and stuff is going to look like. And I'm like very ready to just dive full into that.
So if anybody out there listening maybe needs some social media help, or maybe
Yeah.
they, have some wedding content, I mean, how can they get in touch with you?
Yeah, so best to get in touch with me on my Instagram or my
Mm,
TikTok.
okay.
My business pages are Sunrise Social. You'll have them linked below,
Yep.
so if they want to click on those. And then I also have my personal socials as well.
Mm,
And then in my Instagram bio, I have a little like inquiry form. So it's
okay.
real short, but you can fill that out and it'll just send me whatever you're interested in, and then we can chat, or you can direct message me on socials. And I have my email in all my bios too. So any of
That's
those links.
fantastic. Yeah, so I'll make sure to leave all those links in the show notes so people can find you just as easily as they can. But Alex, thank you so much. This has been just a gold mine of great social media content information. Thank you so much for coming on
Yeah.
today.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you for asking me.
Yeah, well, and anybody else out there listening, make sure to hit that like and follow button, because we have great guests coming on here all the time with incredible stories and incredible information just for you. So make sure to follow along. You don't want to miss a single one. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.